Well, the last note on Dr. Zhivago by Boris Pasternak. I'm dressed like in Siberia, so if I don't say the right things, at least I have the proper attire. It snowed actually, let me show you. So we even have the weather which is appropriate outside. Not as cold as there, but close. Funny how I did not really like the original. One reason would be explained by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi in his masterpiece, Classical Positive Psychology, Flow. He explains that we can only attain a state of peak experience of flow, being in the zone, maximum happiness, if we fulfill some conditions, one of which is to have control of consciousness and attention. Without attention, you miss, well, almost everything. And I admit that if a book has a subject which touches on communism, experiences under communism, and it's already starting off with a huge handicap. Because I've been living for 25 years under such a tyranny, and I had more than enough. I feel I've learned the hard way all there is to know. I mean, all there is to know for me. I don't need history. I don't want to hear about people who funie în casa spânzuratului. It's when you talk about death in the house of someone who has just passed away. Anyway, but interesting. I like the film. Well, the film is David Lean, Omar Sharif, Rita Tushingham at the beginning, Rod Steiger, all sorts of wonderful actors. And Lara is played by a wonderful actress. I don't have her name in my mind now. And the scenes are beautiful. The snow there in the forest at that house, the attack in the city when Dr. Zhivago tries to help, the train of that Bolshevik. However, to return, the adaptation I just finished earlier today benefits from being shorter than the unabridged original, evidently. And with that, I didn't have to, so to say, like suffer all the way with the commies, the Reds, and as I have mentioned, that was looking at so many hours in the company of the Reds was not appealing, to say the least. But with 6 episodes, this was finished in 6 hours, so it was all right. Plus, the dynamic is different. Much of the, I can't say useless, but much of the material which might have, again, I'm reluctant to say bored, but might have been less pleasant, is eliminated. And I think we're also concentrated much more on this love, which is mesmerizing, between Zhivago and Lara. And this man is indeed a wonderful hero with true grit, like in the film by the Coen brothers. He is brave. He is unselfish to the point where he's so torn. He is faithful and respects this wife up to the extreme point. He tends to become saintly at one stage, I was thinking. Um, Even if he's not in love with the spouse anymore. It might be the honeymoon effect as described in psychology. I will not get into that to add too much on a side note. But with Lara, he's suffering with her. He's writing poems to her, and I avoid to say what he does for her, but it's everything. I mean, he's forgetting about himself, of his desires, and this man has to go to through such ordeals in war, in the cold, yeah, he's going hungry. He's kidnapped by the Reds. I don't know what doesn't happen to him. I mean, all the terrible things happen to him, and he has to witness all kinds of cruelty, killings for instance, that I'm thinking that officer who slips, killed by his men, by soldiers, and so many more. Wonderful, wonderful adaptation. Probably from the book, but I just didn't really have the right stuff for it.